are these people?
There's a lot going on with the U.S. committing war crimes when it relates to Israel, ongoing. And to learn a little bit more about that, we're going to rely on our friend Dave DeCamp, friend of the show, friend of the network, over at antiwar.com. All right. U.S. private security contractors who operate checkpoint in Gaza. Let me guess who's going to get involved there. I wonder if a guy named Eric Prince somehow will end up involved one way or another. I'm going to find you. He's going to get you. All right. Armed U.S. private security contractors will begin operating a checkpoint in Gaza in the coming days, Axios reported on Thursday, citing Israeli officials. The report said the U.S. contractors will be deployed to Gaza as part of a multinational group that's been established by the Gaza ceasefire deal and is backed by the U.S., Qatar, and Egypt. Private outsourcing of what could possibly go wrong. Initially, this deployment will involve 2 private American companies. God, I seem to recall something like this happening in Iraq a while back, like Blackwater X. Oh, I don't know. The 2 companies are Safe Reach Solutions and UG Solutions, which employ U.S. military veterans.
Huge.
Well, wait, I'm going to have a little bit of a story about UG Solutions. Actually, I don't know if I have it there.
Huge.
There was a crazy story by Jack at All Source Intelligence over on the Substacks about that Safe Reach Solutions, all right, which
Safe
employs U.S. military veterans. The third company is an Egyptian firm backed by Egyptian intelligence. Naturally.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
The contractors will operate a checkpoint at the Netzarim Corridor, a strip of land just south of Gaza City, where the Israeli military has demolished nearly every building in sight and established military bases.
Can you just in a tab pull up like either Hiroshima or Nagasaki after the bombing?
Send me a link.
Picture of that, because it looks.
Send me a link and I'll do that.
Exactly like that. I'll find one.
Frightening. All right. So continuing on, as part of the hostage deal, Hamas wanted Palestinians to be forcibly displaced, who were forcibly displaced from northern Gaza, to be able to pass freely through the corridor. Israel demanded that its forces must inspect every Palestinian that passes through, and the compromise was for private security firms to be involved. That's the compromise. They've been displaced for 15 months, 16 months. That's the compromise. Private security contractor. Thank you. I'll bring that up in a second.
You're welcome.
Copy image. Let's open it here in a new tab. Oh, I can't paste it. See that? All right, let's go back to anti-war. You know what? I can do that here and say open in browser. And then I got a link that I can drop it. Copy.
Yep, that is correct.
Pasta.
That's enough.
Ooh, that's close. That is a historic photo from Japan. Post atomic bomb. All right.
Yep.
And let's go back.
You just want to compare and contrast that with that one. Little too samesies.
So, in recent months, the Israeli military has worked to almost completely destroy the northern Gaza cities of Beit Lahia, Beit Hanun, and Jabalia as part of an ethnic cleansing campaign known as the General's Plan. Elements of the Israeli government wanted the campaign to lead to the establishment of Jewish settlements and likely opposed the return of Palestinians to the north. The contractors are expected only to be in Gaza until the end of the first phase of the ceasefire deal, which involves a 42-day truce, at which time Israeli officials, I'm guessing, the IDF would take over, but Israeli officials are threatening to restart the genocidal war, of course, after the 42 days. So, temporary ceasefire, as we had said. But the U.S. war crimes don't stop there, because we've been aiding.
Don't stop till they get enough.
and abetting what's happened here, like you mentioned in the West Bank, and that is being reported upon by Robert Inlakesh from Mintpress News. Now, what you see here is a bulldozed street, apparently, with IDF soldiers, monitoring and patrolling everywhere. But what Robert says is that on his first day in office, Donald Trump lifted all sanctions previously placed on Israeli settlers in the West Bank, a political move that coincided with a series of violent attacks by Israeli settlers targeting Palestinians that same night, which went completely unreported just about everywhere.
Yeah.
While the president has publicly committed to combating the violent extremism, extremist settler groups continue to finance their activities through American charities. Yeah, they don't want you to know about that either.
Wait, what?
Yep.
What?
Yep. On Monday night, with the backing of the Israeli military, settler groups launched a series of violent assaults on residents in the West Bank. The most severe attacks occurred in two villages near Kalkilia, where mass settlers set fires and fired indiscriminately. Amid the chaos, Israeli soldiers deployed tear gas against villagers attempting to flee, leaving 21 injured. All right, so we hear it from Ihab Hassan, who says after last night's pogrom by Israeli settler terrorists, the Palestinian village of Al-Funduk is sealed off. Shops are closed. Palestinians are confined to their homes, and only Israeli settlers' cars use the main road. Yeah, that happens in a normal democracy, right?
Yep.
Only democracy in the Middle East. The Israeli army
only one
punishes the victims. Let's go to that tweet. Instead of the perpetrators. And there are the Israeli cars on the road. All right, you got a minute of this driving. We don't have any. Yeah, we do have some. You see all the shops closed. Whoever Ihab Hassan is, he obviously had the ability to drive through somehow. It was in a car, so he could film this with his phone. But it's all Israeli and military vehicles driving.
I saw somewhere that
nobody.
Somehow Israel shot settlers over there. They thought they were Palestinians.
Yes, that happened too. All right. So next, we've got, amidst a wave of violence, an Israeli police officer mistakenly shot two masked settlers, believing them to be Palestinians. Wow, I thought you just said that. In the aftermath, Israeli authorities imposed a complete lockdown on the West Bank, leaving civilians stranded in their cars and on the streets.
Nice.
Following day, Israel announced a major military operation targeting the northern West Bank, beginning with an assault on the Jenin refugee camp. And we've been seeing these awful fucking videos all week coming out of Twitter about the only place you can see them these days. And even they're getting censored. Defense Minister Israel Katz dubbed the campaign Operation Iron Wall, vowing to crush the growing number of anti-occupation resistance groups that have expanded in the region since 2021. I can't imagine why there would be resistance groups. The operation, Katz declared, would draw upon Israel's, quote, method of repeated raids in Gaza, unquote, to achieve its objectives. So bombing all their houses and murdering their whole family in place when they sleep. Gotcha. On January 17th, Washington-based advocacy group Democracy for the Arab World Now, or DAWN, released a report accusing Karen Kayemeth Israel Jewish National Fund and its subsidiaries of funding illegal settlement expansion and encouraging violence against Palestinian civilians. According to the report, the Israeli registered entities use affiliates in the US, Canada, and the UK to raise money. Yes, they do. They certainly do. And they do it through charities and through religious charities, so they do it tax-free on top of it. Dawn has called on the U.S. government to impose sanctions on the organizations it accuses of funding Israeli settler extremism. That'd be nice, except that they also fund those candidates. However, they are far from the only entries using American donations to support such activities. All right. There's another article from Mintpress about how Israel isn't leaving Syria and that they're planning settlements there and permanent land grab. Read that. Mintpress News, another Indie Media Award honoree, as is Robert Inlakesh. We got a double there. An investigation by Haaretz revealed that the Temple Institute, an organization with the stated goal of demolishing the Al-Aqsa Mosque, Islam's, of course, third holiest site, to construct a Jewish synagogue in its place, has received financial backing from a prominent U.S. donor linked closely to Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. My guess would be it's Bill Ackman. But it could be any one of these asshole billionaire Zionist lunatics.
Netanyahu?
That guy. No, not that guy, but Bill Ackman. Through platforms like America Gives, a partner of Israel Gives, Americans can make tax-deductible donations directly to the Temple Institute.
There's so many jokes to make about that name.
Yep.
Sorry.
Well,
anyway.
Well, Elon certainly has been giving too.
Yeah.
Or Netanyahu has been giving to Elon
possibly receiving.
Maybe. They're all blowing each other. That's all I can say.
With that.
The organization, which has previously relied on donations for half its funding, benefits from this streamlined flow of contributions, and it isn't the only one. In 2019, The Nation magazine, not crazy fans of them, but sometimes they do okay work, exposed a network of U.S. registered nonprofit organizations that have been used to finance Israeli extremists. What a surprise. Like I said, charities, usually using under the mask of religiosity. The role of U.S. citizens and their donations in enabling messianic extremist settler movements cannot be overstated. It's our money.
Yeah.
However, the Trump administration has adopted one of the most hardline pro-settler positions in American history, a stance made abundantly clear by the individuals selected to fill key cabinet roles, the most Zionist cabinet in history. On Tuesday, during her confirmation hearing, Trump's nominee for UN Ambassador Elise Stefanik declared her belief that Israel possesses a biblical right to the entirety of the occupied West Bank. And of course, she used the offensive term Judea and Samaria to discuss, to talk about that. Declared, when pressed, she refused to affirm that Palestinians even have a right to self-determination. Who has the right to determine their future? She does. That was something to see. 30 seconds.
I'm rarely surprised by answers in my office, but I did ask you whether you subscribe to the views of Finance Minister Smotrich and the former National Security Minister Ben-Gvir, who believe that Israel has a biblical right to the entire West Bank. And in that conversation, you told me that, yes, you shared that view. Is that your view today?
Yes.
Oh.
She couldn't say that fast enough. Yes. Keep funding me.
I couldn't kick her in the teeth fast enough.
Yes. This comes as little surprise given the financial entanglements at the heart of the Trump campaign. As we've reported on extensively, the campaign's top financier, Miriam Adelson, Israel's wealthiest billionaire, pledged $100 million to support the former president. Now, I think that Elon ended up giving more than Miriam Adelson. I don't know if she was actually his top financier. She was up there. According to Haaretz, the contribution came with a clear understanding Trump would allow Israel to annex the West Bank. So that's what's coming. So they've already taken Gaza now. Now they're taking the West Bank.
Yep.
Okay. Greater
Under
Israel.
American Guarantee. Go check out that segment we did on Wednesday.
Greater Israel Project. Greater Israel Project stuff.
That is correct.
All right. Trump's very own son-in-law,
If
of
it
course.
is so great.
Jared, $5 footlong Kushner, right? Who
Ugh.
should be in jail and
It's
close
definitely not a
confidant.
foot long.
No. Well, he's got a 5-cent brain though, although he's worth a gazillion dollars. And now he's about to make another deal with the Saudis or with the Qataris or somebody, all right, to sell
a new world order awaits.
waterfront property in Gaza, and that's what they're going to turn into, like resorts and hotels. All right.
Yeah.
The
and
Kushner
factories.
Yep. The Kushner Foundation funneled money not only to the West Bank settlement of Beit El, but also to an extremist yeshiva, which is a Jewish religious school located in a settlement near Nablus. This yeshiva, infamous for hosting extremist rabbis who help organize violence against Palestinians, pogroms, has been linked to incendiary rhetoric, including providing religious justification for the murder of Arab children. Nice guys. All right. Again, Robert Inlakesh, Indie Media Award honoree 2024, class of 2024, one of the more recent ones. And Mintpress has been one of the original outlets. They're outstanding. Minar Mu, also Alan McLeod, Low Key, Whitney Webb's written for them. Kit Clarenberg and others, tons of them.
Yeah.
But yes, we are heavily censored. We are heavily suppressed. That is why I love the 27 of you here on YouTube and the 5 that are watching right now over on in the INN channel. All right, and the 71 watching over on who's over there? Oh yeah, over on Elon's magical machine. But yeah, all these amazing people have already supported our network, tipping us, hooking us up with PayPal, Ko-fi, Cash App, a Substack membership, something to help us keep the lights on, keep the restream going, keep the Canva going so that we can make all these graphics and thumbnails and video shorts and clips. We have a new outro tonight that I'm going to debut. Really excited about that. That'd be nice. So Cash App, $, Indie News Network, INDIE. You see it down there at the ticker. You can get to Ko-fi, ko-fi.com/Indie News Network. That shows up in the chat. Or you can !donate. Typing that in the chat will bring up the link to do that as well.
Can keep giving us nothing and think we're bluffing about coming for your heads. Why play civil if you won't listen to 50,000 dead? And now we know our mission, we form a militia, make Congress a prison. No, why play civil when all these dead won't make you listen? What's more American than slaying your oppressors? What's more American than liberty or death first? God, I thought we were founded on abolishing the tyranny of those who would starve a village all to live empirically. And I regret that I have only one life to give for my cause now that I can see the cause so clearly. See, I want our leaders, regardless of party, to fear me.